Okay, Year 10, welcome back to another video, continuing with our topic of linear relationships. Today, we're looking at midpoints, okay? How do we find the point that's in the middle of two other points? Okay, we're first going to look at ones where the line is flat or vertical, and then we're going to look at ones where the line is diagonal, or what we call oblique. So firstly, ones that are horizontal or vertical. So let's look at the question. Plot each pair of points, join them with a straight line, and find the coordinates of the midpoint. Okay, so first of all, let's plot the points for part A. So we're going to go, this is our x-axis, this is our y-axis here. So we're going to go across 3, because always remember the first number is the x coordinate and the second number is the y. So we go across 3 and up 2. We have our next one. Okay, then we need to go across 9. So 3, 6, 7. We're actually going to have to extend our line a bit here. Okay, we've got 8, 9, 2, like this. Okay. So we have this horizontal line. We've got to find out what is the coordinates of the midpoint. That is the point that is directly in the middle. Now, the way that we do this is we add up the two coordinates here, or the two x values here, and then halve it. So the x value of this one is 3, the x value of this one is 9. So we add them up, we get 12, and then we halve that, and we get 6. So it's like finding the average of the two x coordinates here. So therefore the midpoint is going to be at 6, 2. So for part A, midpoint is 6, 2. And now because we haven't changed our y value, we can just leave that as 2. So it's the average of the two x values. Now when we look at B, okay, we see we're at 5, 5, 1. And then we're going to be at 5, 8, which again, just beyond our axis here. So we're going to do the same thing here, except this time we're averaging out our y values. Okay, the x value is staying the same, the y value is changing. So we add them together. 1 plus 8 is 9. Okay, and then divide it by 2. I'll show my working this time. So at the midpoint, hold up. So 1 plus 8 over 2 equals, so it's going to be 9 over 2, okay? Or we could write that as 4.5, okay? So improper fraction is 9 over 2, mixed numeral is 4.5. So the midpoint is going to be 5 and then 4.5 as our y value here, the average of the y values. Okay, so that's how we do it. When it's horizontal, average out the x values, leave the y value. When it's vertical, average out the y values. And so here will be 2, 3, 4. That's where our midpoint is. You can see it sits right in between those points there. Okay. Now, when we're looking at diagonal lines, or oblique lines. So oblique just means diagonal, okay? So it's not horizontal or vertical, it's somewhere in between. We need to average out both the x and the y. Okay, so for part A, let's plot the points first. So it's going to be 1, 4. So, sorry. It's going to be 1 and then up 4, which is here. Okay, that's our 1, 4. And then our next one is 5, 9. So it's going to be cross 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 9. We're going to need to actually, hold up, redo this. We're going to need a bit more space. So, come on. Let's try that again, sorry. So we're going to have to extend our number line a bit. 8, 9, and So we're going to be 1 and 4, and then 5 and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up to 9 here. So that's 1 and 4. That's 5 and 9. And we want to try and find the midpoint between these two here. So what we're going to do is we're going to average out the x values, average out the y values. So for x values, it's going to be 1 plus 5 over 2, which is going to give us 6 over 2, which is 3 for the y value. Okay, it's going to be 4 plus 9 over 2, which is going to be 13 over 2, which is the same as 6.5. So therefore, the midpoint is going to be 3 and 6.5. Now, if we do that on our graph, go to 3. So up here, and you can see there, our line's going through 6.5. That is the midpoint between those two other points. Okay, let's look at this other one here. So we're going to look at -2 and -5. So go across 2 to the left and then down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's -2, -5 there. And then 3, so +3 minus 1. 3 minus 1. Always make sure you don't get your x and y's mixed up. X is always horizontal. The first number is how far you go across. And then the y value is how far you go up or down. So we want to find the midpoint between these ones here. So again, average out the x and then average out the y. So for x's, add them together. Now, if you've got a negative number, just leave it negative. So it becomes -2 plus 3 over 2. Okay, so -2 plus 3 is 1. So our x value is 0.5. Let's just write that again. Okay, y, we're going to average out our y. So it's going to be -5 and -1 over 2. So -5 minus 1 is -6 over 2, which is -3. So our midpoint is going to be 0.5 and -3. So if we look at that here, it's going to be just here. You can see in between the middle of those points. Okay, so remember, average out them. If it's horizontal, just average the x's. If it's vertical, average the y's. If it's diagonal or oblique, average the x's and average the y's, and then you get your midpoint. Okay, good luck with these questions today. I'll see you in the next video.